Okay, so in this segment, we will use the information we have covered so far in this lecture to predict genes in future generations. We are going to use eye color, blue and brown specifically now, just to keep things simple. While other eye colors use rules of genetics that are beyond the scope of this crash course, when only blue and brown alleles are involved, it is as easy to study as pea plants. And also, well, it's a little more interesting than pea plants, I think, to work with a human characteristic. Okay, let's see how well you understand the basic rules of dominance. I am giving you here the genotypes of a biological mother and father. I want you to pause this video and figure out and predict the following for their offspring. First, the number of possible genotypes. Next, the number of possible phenotypes. Next, the percentage of brown. Next, the percentage of blue. After you have jotted down your answers, continue this video again to compare your answers to ours. Pause the video now. Okay, it is likely that many of you have done this before, but if not, here is the easiest way. First, you draw a 2 by 2 like this. Then you label the top with mom with her genotype and the side dad with his genotype. Go ahead and fill in the cell combinations. Now identify the colors in each of the cells. So the answers are, we have 3 possible genotypes, 2 possible phenotypes, and 75% brown eyes, 25% blue eyes that we would predict in their future offspring. Sometimes students come to me concerned about the fact that their parents both have brown eyes, but his or her are blue. The explanation is pretty simple now, right? Both parents can be carriers for the recessive blue eye alleles. This deserves some emphasis here. It is a demonstration of Mendel's most important third law of heredity, that one can pass on a trait he or she does not, his or herself, express. In other words, you can inherit sleep variations from your parents that they do not actually demonstrate themselves. Let's try another example. So notice here that the mother's genotype is capital and lowercase b, dad's is 2 lowercase b's. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so now we've got 2 possible genotypes, 2 possible phenotypes, 50% blue eyes, 50% brown eyes, right? And one more. And finally, we have 2 possible genotypes, but only 1 possible phenotype, meaning that we would predict 100% of the offspring of this couple to have brown eyes. Note that you cannot use paper and pencil during your exams to draw out a 2 by 2. So be sure to practice doing this in your head before the next exam. In other words, with this last one, you would combine them in this way in your head. So starting with the first genotype that is given, you're going to combine it with the second in all 4 possible ways. So it'd start out with this combination and 2 capital B's. You could say, yep, that's brown eyes. Then this one, brown eyes again. This one, brown. This one, brown. 100% brown. Okay, so practice doing that in your head. Now imagine if there were a monogenic recessive sleep disorder characterized by no need for sleep at all, ever. Now we know that a total lack of sleep would kill you in about 14 days, but play along with your imagination here. We'll say a capital S will symbolize normal sleep need and lowercase s would symbolize the rare disorder. By now, it should be clear that it is possible for 2 parents who do not have the disorder to still be carriers. In other words, each to carry the lowercase s allele for a trait that affects their sleep patterns. that they themselves do not possess, and to pass it on to their offspring in the same way that brown-eyed parents can be carriers for blue eyes.